Hello and welcome to the first ever 24th episode of Whoniverse. You're here with me, Brian.
And me, Lewis.
The more observant of you will notice there is no Jamie.
There is no Jamie. Do we have something to put in place? Jamie today can be this bottle of Budweiser. We're not getting paid by them, by the way, guys.
No. Yes, Jamie's away on important Time Lord business again.
Once again.
So, What he's doing, saving universes, putting right wrongs, or possibly wronging rights, who knows.
Yeah, possibly wronging rights. Most probably wronging rights, knowing Jamie.
I believe it's a 2-week mission he's on, so I'm afraid, listeners, you're stuck with us too for
the next 2 weeks, yes.
So, our first subject, as ever, is voting in the TARDIS. And we asked your lovely listeners for the best Jodie Whittaker episodes. The options were Rosa, Kablam, The Witchfinders, and Resolution. Lewis, what was your favourite?
Well, I really enjoyed Kablam. I thought that it was an excellent little episode. Resolution as well, brilliant. The only old enemy, the only classic enemy in that series as well. I enjoyed sort of like the average working Joe storyline of Kablam, and something goes wrong and everything sort of getting messed up in the factory, the Kablam factory there. But I think we knew this was a 1-horse race from the start. We did mention it last week that Rosa was probably going to be the most
head and shoulders above.
Yeah, definitely. What would you state's the best episode?
Well, my favourite was Witchfinder, but I'm a massive fan of Alan Cumming. I think he's a fantastic actor, and he just really stole the show as King James the First.
Yeah. James the First was the guy who edited the Bible to include witches so that he could then eradicate them from the population, not knowing that witches were actually fictional characters in children's storybooks. Yeah. Thank you, King James the First.
Whereas the Bible, of course, is it's a factual historical novel.
Factual historical world events.
Oh dear, that's
yeah. We really shouldn't go down that avenue.
If there's any listeners in the deep south of America, they're now switching off.
Definitely, but we tend to do this on a weekly basis, alienate a good section of our audience.
Absolutely, yeah.
So
we've, as ever, had some comments, and as is tradition, I think I'll allow Lewis to read these out.
I think first of all,
we need to.
Let's go through who won and what went on. Now, Rosa.
Though we had a clear winner, Rosa with 46%,
and nearly half of the vote.
The rest of it was really what we've always wanted from a poll, isn't it?
We were
three quite close. Well, it was a tie for second.
Yeah.
Kablam 19
and the Witchfinder 19. Resolution didn't get the love. I think that's mainly because it's a special and not part of the main series. I do believe that the specials don't have the same sort of excitement for the specials as you do the main series. When the main series comes out, you really want to, and the specials are more like something you do on Christmas Day, as well,
or New Year's Day,
and New Year's Day in this case, and that's probably something that killed it off as well, because who watches Doctor Who on New Year's Day? People who record it on Christmas Day. That's who. But yeah, Rosa with 46, Kablam 19, Witchfinder 19. So tied for second there, and Resolution just 15.
Yeah. Fair result, I think. Given although it's not my favourite, I would have chosen the Witchfinders, but that's what Doctor Who's all about, his opinions.
So definitely.
As ever, we've got some comments from our listeners.
Oh yeah.
So I think Lewis should read these out.
I think that Jamie's put his own little comment in there as well.
Sneaky,
he snuck his own. We'll
come to Jamie's point
of
view.
The first comment is from Mrs. J.M. Cinnamon. Hello, Mrs. J.M. Cinnamon, if you're listening today.
I think that's actually Mrs. J. McCrimmon.
Is it Jay McCrimmon?
It's a reference. It's a reference to the classic companion Jamie McCrimmon.
Oh right, okay, yeah. I've just been watching an episode with Jamie McCrimmon in it as well. So
well, his wife's got in touch.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, Mrs. McCrimmon.
Do you want to?
Here we go.
Crack on with the Scottish
It's got to be Scottish, doesn't it?
So,
since it's McCrimmon and everything. All right. I voted resolution, but my favorite is It Takes You Away, which is, it's very hard not to go Serbian, which is a remarkable bonkers exploration of grief, which stellar moments.
I think you should say with.
Yeah, me too. Which stellar moments for everyone except Yaz. Sorry, Yaz. And then we've got Amy here. Amy here.
Amy Y, yeah.
Amy here. Amy, yeah.
We don't know where Amy's from.
Yeah, okay, Amy. Kablam! For sure. Good old doctor. Why is she American? I don't know.
I think most of our listenership are, so.
Who episode making normal things scary? Creepy. Do you like the little bit I put on creepy there? Okay. And I should really... Shall I do a Jamie? I'll try and do...
It's Jamie, is he?
Well, he's Yorkshire, you know, like... But, but how would Jamie say it without the THs? That's how Jamie would say it. Yes, Jamie, if you're listening. We know you're listening, actually.
Yeah. Well, he's going to listen when he uploads the episode.
Where are your THs, my friend? All right, so, at Watson's Musings. Yeah. Wait, how would you do a Jamie? I'm Jamie. I'm going to do Jamie like this. I don't know why he's gone slightly mank there. Sorry, Brian. No, was that mank or Birmingham? I don't know. Kablam is my favourite episode. Give me an irrational fear of bubble wrap. I'm ordering from Amazon.
We don't need Jamie anymore. Louis is going to do a perfect impression of him every week now.
Brilliant. So, next week's poem, right?
Yes. We are looking at the best Doctor Who spin-off.
We certainly are, yes. So, Doctor Who spin-offs, what would you suggest? We've got a few suggestions here on the...
Yeah, we've got suggestions of Torchwood, Class, Sarah Jane Adventures and K9 and Company.
There's also the 2010 Australian K9. That was the 1981 K9, wasn't it? I did a piece on this in the news the other.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we could add the Australian K9, but we only need 4.
My only issue is you'd be hard-pressed to really include K9 and Company as a spin-off, because it only lasted for one episode.
Yeah, I think in this one, we're in danger as well of... a landslide, because Torchwood is the most popular by far. You know, it had the most seasons. It carried on for the longest amount of time. Sarah Jane, if our listenership have grown up watching Sarah Jane's Adventures because it was a kids show essentially, then it might get a bit more love than you think it might. But I don't think Class is going to get much love if we put that in, and K9
didn't from me.
And K9 and Company might not even get a vote.
People might not even remember it.
Yeah. But is there anything else that we're missing here that you would say?
I can't think of another spin-off.
You know, I mean, those are the main spin-offs.
We'll go with those 4.
Yeah.
Like you say.
Mainly because we have to, because we haven't got another one.
It might be a lot closer between Torchwood and Sarah Jane Adventures, just depending on the average age of our listenership.
Yeah.
Torchwood had a few adult themes.
To be fair, Sarah Jane had a few seasons as well. I don't know how many, but I know it had at least a couple of seasons.
My niece Daisy was a big fan.
Yeah.
Which kind of... I was trying to push her into liking Doctor Who because she likes Sarah Jane Adventures. But that didn't work out very well.
Oh, well, you try, eh?
Yeah. I remember being very, very excited when K9 Company was mentioned.
It only got one episode.
It was only ever on once.
Really?
It was awful.
Was it?
It was
Excellent.
witches and monsters.
Well, there's that new K9 spin-off. Was it a Big Finish spin-off I was talking about the other week? No, it was an actual series, wasn't it? They're actually making a series of K9. And they're looking to launch a franchise off the back of it. That I don't know. That's not out yet, so you can't really include it in a poll. To do with Doctor Who.
Doctor Who's about time travel, we can't really feature any future shows that may or may not happen.
We'd love to, but
so there are your 4 choices, kids.
Yeah. So
Jamie will put that up on the Twitter feed, no doubt.
Yeah, probably be up by tonight. Usually
are.
Aren't they? Yeah.
Unless, of course, he's distracted by his Time Lord business.
Possibly, but who knows? Jamie's usually on the ball for these things. All right. Okay.
So, should we switch to the Nubian Who's network?
I think so, but like me being me, I've been very lazy this week and sort of sniffed out a couple of articles and not really done my homework. Sorry, Jamie. Sorry to the listeners. What can I say? I've got a life outside of this. Peace. There's one story that was kind of interesting, very very brief, though. Some rare Doctor Who photos of lost TV series sold for £7,000. In terms of which series this was, as I say, I did this 5 minutes before I came into the recording studio, so I'm not too sure about that. I'll get more information for next week.
Yeah, and that
wraps up the news.
That was the news. We have been told off for using the News at 10 theme music, by the way.
Have we?
Yes, we got a copyright strike.
Really?
Yes.
Wait, who? So, when was this? Do we have any information about this?
I'm sure Jamie can fill us in when he returns from...
I thought that you could use 30 seconds of something before it becomes, copyright.
Maybe the rules are different for podcasts.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah,
Maybe we should do an a cappella version of the News at 10 theme music.
Yeah, he just says, please no YouTube video themes as we got a copyright strike. Thank you very much.
Copyright the news.
Who actually listens out for? Oh, right, it was a YouTube copyright strike. I see. Yeah.
Well.
So it was YouTube that audits it. Yeah. So it wasn't the company themselves. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't Trevor McDonald.
Yeah. Fair enough. So
we'll move on to the history lesson then.
History, yes.
Time Flight.
I watched it.
Yes.
I watched it.
It's awful, isn't it?
It is. I'm not going to lie to you, Brian. It was disgusting. Attack of the Killer Bubbles. Okay, Attack of the Killer Bubbles is one thing, right? What was the other thing? There was a few things about it that were just so far wrong.
Weird incantation. Was he called Khalid, who was revealed to be the master? His weird sort of Jamie did it so much better last week.
But yeah.
It was
just absolute rubbish. Yeah. In terms of plugging Concorde, plugging Concorde was just. I was actually thinking that we were talking about the one that we said, the seeds of death at the beginning, and that's why I said Attack of the Killer Bubbles. But plugging Concorde. I can see where it comes from, but the whole thing, sort of revolves around it. So, in that way, I can see why they'd... And as well, as I said last week, Concorde was a big thing at the time.
Yeah,
it was French, English relations, sort of bridging the gap between nations, sort of thing. So, yeah, okay.
So, I think we pretty much discussed Time Flight to death. It was a dreadful idea.
It certainly was.
It wasn't even... I go back to Warriors on the Deep, which I think was a good story, but just very badly done.
Oh yeah, one that I didn't watch as well.
This one wasn't even a good story, poorly done. It was a poor story, poorly done.
Yeah.
Jamie's given it 4.5 Concords out of 10.
4.5 Concords out of 10. I'm not even gonna give it one Concorde. I'm sorry,
half a Concorde.
I think a Concorde with an engine rattled loose, so it exploded on the runway.
Soon.
It's
soon.
been 19 years, Brian. It's been 19 years.
If we get some complaints from our French listeners, that is not funny anymore.
That is not funny at all.
How you say my grandfather was on that plane?
well, it's only been 19 years, I suppose. You know, like people could have had brothers, sisters.
Before
you know,
we slip
like
into
let's you know, I suppose we shouldn't. You know, I mean, fair enough.
Yeah, I agree. Jamie's been very generous with the 4.5. I'm going to give it a 3 because it's got some good actors in it who weren't the main cast.
Yeah,
the guy who played not the captain, but the first mate, do they call him, or first officer?
First mate, possibly. No,
yeah.
wait.
Michael Cash.
Yeah, first mate's on the ship.
Yeah,
so
first officer.
Officer, yeah.
Michael Cashman's a very accomplished actor. He's been in loads of things. He's done a lot for gay rights. He's in the House of Lords now.
Oh yeah.
So
nice.
Three planes for Michael.
Okay. Yeah. So are we discussing?
We could discuss. Did you watch Seeds of Doom?
I did watch Seeds of Death because there is a Seeds of Doom as well.
Baker story.
I accidentally watched the first 5 minutes of Seeds of Doom as well because I thought, oh, they've colorized Seeds of Death and clicked it without realizing it was Seeds of Doom. So, but yeah, I watched all 6 episodes.
I think it's absolutely fantastic.
I don't know, you know, like it's just the bubbles of doom. You
yeah,
know? Bubbles of doom. I liked the idea of the transmat thing. You know, like I liked the teleportation system. When was the episode aired originally? Do you know?
I would say 66 or 67. I can certainly look it up.
The bubbles of doom didn't, do it for me. I just thought it was, you know, quite outlandish, and even back then you didn't know they were bubbles. They were suds, you know, like what else was wrong with the episode? I enjoyed the fact that the Ice Warriors were in the episode. Yeah. It was a good introduction to a classic Ice Warrior episode. The theme, the Ice Warriors always seem military when you see them, even in New Who. But they seem more aggressive in this episode, you know, like when you see them in New Who, there's always something that sets them off. They're never the aggressor straight up.
Aggressor, yeah.
Yeah, they only take the aggression when provoked to do so. Where in this episode they do just start killing people.
Yeah, they're basically trying to take over Earth by making it more habitable for humans and more habitable for them.
Yeah, depleting oxygen in the atmosphere with some sort of bubble thing.
So, as it's a Troughton episode, we'll mark it recorders out of 10.
Yeah,
I'm going to give it a solid 7. It's one of my favourite Troughton episodes.
Let me see. I wouldn't give it a 7 just because, but it was watchable.
Mm-hmm.
It's not one of my favourite Troughton episodes. I'll give it a 6. I'll give it a 6. You know, because the storyline itself, I enjoyed the outer spaciness of the storyline. I always enjoy something that's set in space rather than just on Earth, you know, because a lot of the time with Doctor Who storylines you get an Earth setting. Yeah, and it's because mainly those episodes are cheaper to make.
Well, yeah,
you know, filming on set. Budgetary,
if that's the word.
Yeah. Because it's quite spacey. I like the TMAT system. Mm-hmm. Is it called TMAT? Transmat. Yeah. The Transmat system's interesting. The political situation as well. They're going to the politics of why they stopped using other methods of transport. They just use the TMAT. There's one line in it where she goes, the commander goes, but TMAT's down. How are we going to get to this place a little bit further away? And she goes, it's okay. I found an old petrol automobile in a museum.
Yes.
And someone goes, what make is it? And she goes, I don't know. And you're thinking, right, that
wouldn't be my first question in a desperate situation. Well, I'm not driving a Ford.
I'm not going to drive a Ford. I wouldn't be caught dead in one. It sort of... it makes it feel a bit more real, you know, that question though, you know, when she says, oh, I don't know, because you know, she's from the future essentially. All cars have been disbanded, taken away, taken apart. You know? There we go.
So I can't remember if you marked it or not.
Oh yeah, six. You gave it 7. I gave it 6.
You gave it 6. Okay, we're gonna do next week. We'll do a per tweet one. We've done a per tweet one for a while, have we?
Have we done one of every Doctor yet?
Yes, I think we have.
All right.
So we haven't done any Colin Baker ones. But that's because I don't have any Colin Baker ones on DVD, and I haven't finished completely legally downloading those ones.
Yeah. So, well, no. So I finished completely illegally downloading those ones quite a while ago. I'm
only allowed a few hours a week on my laptop.
Yeah. You know, you could just set them off and let them fight.
But we own a cat now, and she tends to sit on the keyboard.
Oh yeah, some cats do. Is it a Moggy?
Yes.
Yeah. Moggies tend to mess around with your keyboard and that sort of thing. Apparently,
she also logs onto adult sites as well. It's disgusting.
Oh my god!
That's my explanation of my search history.
Gotmilk.com.
Moving on. So we'll do a per tweet one.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. I watched a parody of Doctor Who. Well, I watched a little bit of a parody of Doctor Who the other day. It was called Doctor Pooh.
Oh right.
Yeah. It was crap though.
Well, I thought properly enough.
There we go. Moving on. Per tweet, you say?
Yes, we will do Day of the Daleks.
Day of the Daleks. I may have seen this one. I don't know. It's possible I've seen Day of the Daleks before, but I give it a watch anyway. Yeah. How many episodes have we got?
I think it's a 6-parter.
6-parter again. You know, you dropping these 6-parters on me.
We could always do Carnival of Monsters
instead. No, it's fine. We'll do Day of the Daleks, as you say. But the 6 episoders are strenuous because I have to find time to watch them. And I know I have 7 days to do it, but I also have a 2-year-old.
If you can find the version with the new special effects, I can recommend that.
Mm. Right. Okay. Yeah. So.
Jamie last week mentioned we have an email address.
Yeah, I just seen that.
We've got mail.
It literally says Gallifrey and Gamble. Oh my God, we got mail.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can write to us with your questions about Doctor Who and the podcast itself. All you need to do is email us at TheWhoniverseShow. That's TheWhoniverseShow at gmail.com.
Okay, so it looks like Shannon Murphy from Cornwall, England. YouTube. On the YouTube channel, you stopped doing weekly product reviews. Is there any reason why this has stopped?
Jamie, is there any reason why you stopped doing this?
Yeah, Jamie, what's going on?
I don't know. I don't have to mention this thing, do I?
Yeah, no, you don't. That sounded like bit Shropshire there. I don't know.
Oh, Ebargum, I don't know why I stopped doing that.
Oh, was that your best Yorkshire?
It
wasn't bad, to be fair, but saying
I have lived in Yorkshire for a year now.
Yeah, but you are from Manchester as well.
Well, it actually has been fine if I turn the page.
Yeah, no, I've seen. Basically, I know the answer to this anyway. It's because it costs so much to do it. When you buy a product, you have to buy the product to redo it. It says weekly reviews will be making a comeback in a couple of months. We are currently recording new episodes every day so that we can make this segment weekly again. But yeah, I believe he stopped initially because it was costing him an arm and a leg.
Well, so I hope you're happy with that explanation, Shannon Murphy of Cornwall, England.
So we have Ezekiel, how do you pronounce that?
I would pronounce it Marquand.
Marquand from Texas, USA. From Texas. Hey, Lewis, I absolutely love your accents. The accents you do every week, especially love how you do the Russian in every region's dialect. By chance, will you ever learn to do a different accent?
Well, I think that answers your question, Ezekiel.
Probably not.
That was the best American accent I've ever heard in my life.
That was my South America, South USA accent, but it's I don't know where it comes from. It's probably not Texas, to be fair. There you go. It's probably the worst Texas accent you've ever heard, Ezekiel.
Liked it.
Okay, so the next one.
We've got Eugene Cohan of Texas, US. Wow, 2 listeners in Texas.
Okay, I'll let you take this one. Go on, Texas if you can.
Yeehaw. If there's one storyline in Doctor Who you wish could last longer, what would it be and why? For me, it has to be Jodie Whittaker's Tim Shaw story arc, which I found very underdeveloped. Yeehaw. I can't help but feel we would like the villain more if he'd had a bigger role to play in the entire plot. Much like Silence in the Pond story arc.
Excellent. I felt that was going a little Australian, but I love the yeehaws, like the yeehaws were brilliant.
This is what everyone in Texas says as punctuation. They say yeehaw.
Yeehaw instead of full stop.
Shoot a gun in the air.
Yeah, is that how it goes? I always imagine Texas as like this open plain with a load of horses, like you can just ride a horse anywhere. The average person rides a horse to work, to school, all that sort of thing. But yeah, I wouldn't mind going to Texas. If I was going to go to the US, I'd probably go to one of the southern states. I'd probably go all over, to be fair.
Well, I'm sure if you ever went, Ezekiel or Eugene would happily put you up for a couple of weeks.
Right, so this one, if there was one storyline in Doctor Who you wish you would last longer, what would it be and why? For me, it has to be Jodie Whittaker's Tim Shaw story arc. I found very underdeveloped. Yeah, it kind of was. There were 2 episodes in that season, wasn't there, that had Tim Shaw?
Like he was at the beginning
and the end.
And at the end.
Yeah, sort of rounding it up as it started.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so maybe Tim Shaw will make a comeback on that one. If there was one story arc I would extend, let me see. Well, to be fair, like you could say Amelia Pond, but her story arc was like the most developed, of the lot. So, Claras was well developed as well. I think a Shielder would make a very good, me, or I think that her story arc, even though she was in it for a few episodes at the end of the was it the second to last season.
Yeah.
I think that she should come back and meet Whittaker's Doctor, and there should be more development of her character because she is going to be in it forever. She is going to be she's going to be in the Whoniverse until the end of time, until all of the stars blink out and the universe ends. You know, and even beyond that, because she never dies. She won't die. So yeah, for me it would be a Shielder. How would you see it, Brian?
I'm not a massive fan of season or series long story arcs.
You like the old serials?
They didn't really have it in Classic Who other than a couple of series or serials or seasons for our American friends. So it's hard for me to say. I wouldn't disagree with Shielder. I thought she was a great character.
Yeah.
She's a very good actress as well.
Maisie Williams. Yeah. Well, we've seen her in other things as well. She's a good actress. Yeah, agreed.
So I'd go along if I had to pick a story arc I'd like to see extended. I'd say Maisie Williams,
Shielder as well. Yeah.
Just if people want to email us in, I've got a thought for our listeners based on the popular Radio 4 show Desert Island Discs, where castaways have to select 7 or 8 songs they're stuck with forever, a luxury item and a book. So we developed this into Doctor Who discs. Doctor Who
Desert Island.
Doctor Island discs.
Doctor Island discs, yeah.
We'll make it different enough so Radio 4 don't threaten us with litigation as well as Trevor McDonald.
Yeah, we don't want to get sued, y'all.
So I'm going to ask Lewis to have a think about this. I'm going to have a think about it, and if Jamie's back from fighting Cybermen and Daleks. 7 stories. You'll be provided with a backup DVD player that's solar powered on a television, so you can watch them obviously. 7 stories you can pick from Classic or New Who. A companion you'd share the island with, and a piece of Doctor Who tech.
Right. Okay. A piece of Doctor Who tech. Are we aiming for rescue on this desert island, or is there no rescue?
It's entirely up to you if you want to get away from the entire human world.
Yeah, so you have your own motives in whatever you take along.
Yeah,
fair enough. Fair enough. I see. So yeah, email us in your seven discs Doctor Who series would be.
Yeah.
Doctor Who episodes, is it?
Yeah,
or series?
Or stories.
Stories. Yeah. We'll say stories. And which companion you would take along, whether it be from classic or modern Who.
Yeah.
Or a mixture of both, even. You know, if you're both, I'm sure if you're a fan of the classic, be a fan of the modern, and yeah, email us in. Thanks. That's the end of the show. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to email any more questions as well. You know, at TheWhoniverseShow@gmail.com.
Yeah, you can also send us questions via our Twitter feed at TheWhoniverseShow, where you can also vote in our weekly polls.
Thanks to Zip Farm for the amazing logo. Not sure if you can hear us. Maybe you have zit juice in your ears.
Apparently I like waffles.
No, that's Jamie. Jamie likes waffles.
Does he?
Right, so I'm going to share this story with you, the listeners. So I'm in the bathroom and I'm in one of the cubicles, and Jamie walks into the bathroom thinking nobody was in the bathroom, and he says, "I like waffles." This is probably not going to make it to air. He then reiterates waffles, waffles, waffles. And as he walks out of the bathroom, before the door closes, he says, "I like waffles," again. I then confront Jamie about this at his desk at work, where he is overly embarrassed about it. Hence, this is probably going to get edited out.
Well, there we go.
You can follow Brian at Beej007.
You can follow Lewis in real life.
Please don't.
Don't follow him.
Well, if you do take pictures, email or please post them so I can get a restraining order against you. Thank you.
So
you've been listening to Whovian Whoniverse. Have a week!